everybody. This is Right Now Podcast. I'm JC, sitting down with a special guest in the house tonight. We've got Realtor Natalie Martin again sitting down with us. I appreciate you taking the time out and sitting down again with me. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, JC?
Oh, I'm good. I'm doing better than KJ doing. I can tell you
that.
Right? For those that are just not tuning in, this is Right Now Podcast. Thank you guys for liking, following, subscribing, sharing, making sure that you guys continue to do so. I am JC. Normally I have another host with me. His name's KJ, but he's out. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He did, he had a major injury the other day at the gym, so keep him in your thoughts and prayers as he's recovering and recouping at the house.
Yes.
But I do have, again, Natalie Martin sitting down with us. Real quick, Natalie, before we dive too deep into everything, tell everybody how they can follow you on Instagram.
Yes, so everyone, you can follow me at Natalie Martin _the Realtor at IG.
There it is. That's Natalie Martin _the Realtor.
The Realtor. That's
on
right.
IG. Yep, there it is. Say again, appreciate you sitting down with us. Before we get into why you're here with us, a recap of what you just did.
Okay.
I've got a few questions I want to ask you.
Okay,
I know last
go
time we
ahead.
played a game and we did a this or that, but I do have a couple more this or that travel vibes this time.
Oh, I like this
All
one.
right.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
All right, so first class flight or a 5-star resort?
I'm gonna do the 5-star resort.
Okay, all right, yeah. Explore a big city or escape to the countryside?
I'm gonna say escape to the countryside.
Yeah.
I'm already a city girl.
Yeah.
I don't do much in the country, so I
Okay.
would like to see how we'll navigate in those worlds.
Okay.
And just kind of explore some things, get with nature,
Yeah.
Be able to just try different fresh food, farm-sized food, deal with garden, just to kind of learn a little bit more about what's going on out there in the country. So I wouldn't mind doing that. I don't know if I can live. I may. It's a possibility. I'm getting a little bit older, so I like things to be a little bit slower paced, but in a little bit of acre and space and land.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So
For sure. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It could be a possibility in the future.
Okay. Yeah, there it is.
But still have my condo downtown.
Okay. Yeah, you want to be downtown, huh?
Yeah, I think I have a balance of both.
Okay.
Balance of both.
Yeah, there it is. Staycation or get the passport stamps?
I'm gonna get my passport stamp.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
Listen, I could do a staycation on a weekend.
Yeah. I gotta get that stamp. Solo travel or group getaway?
I like both.
Yeah,
but if I
sometimes you
gotta
gotta
pick
wind
the
down
two,
and-
if I gotta pick two, one of the two, I would say, I'm gonna go with. Right now, I'm due for a good girls trip.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
let me go ahead and give me a
Hint,
good
hint.
girls.
Yeah,
Yes, girls trip.
Yeah, okay.
I'm overdue.
Okay.
With my girls.
There it is.
So I'm gonna say that.
All right. Luxury cruise or a beautiful cabin?
Wow. I like both, but I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna do good this time.
All right,
I'm gonna do good
all right.
because the other time I was not able to pick anything. I was like, no, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna do the luxury cruise because
Okay.
I never done it.
Okay. Yeah.
So let me do something different.
Yeah. You've
Check
been on
it
a cruise
out.
before or just?
No, I
Never
have
been on
not.
a cruise at all?
I have
Okay.
not done the cruise.
Okay.
We have not done the cruise.
Okay.
We talked about it, but I think my family is scared, low key. When I'm more open to doing it, but with everybody else, they just like, I don't know, Mom. The girls are scared. Kevin is scared.
What's the worry of? Just being out on the water?
Being
that
out
long?
on the
Okay,
water
yeah.
and then a storm.
Okay. Well, I get that. Shoot, I've gone on two. The first
Okay.
time I've gone on one, we did get mixed up into a storm, so we didn't get to dock on the last.
How
last
is
spot.
that? Do you guys be in the
You
middle?
just circle. You just keep circling the
Okay.
ocean, but you don't realize it because the boat's so big. But however, we did realize it because we were in a storm and the boat was kind of rocking. So you kind of walk, kind of
Okay.
lean a little bit. But
You lean
outside,
into the wall?
you lean just a little bit.
Okay, do a little gangster
That's
lean.
it. Lean to the wall. Act like you've been drinking all night. But every time I get off a cruise, I always say, "Man, I can't wait to go again." Because you just get to do so much. and you get to visit so many places.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I enjoy them. I like a cruise. I feel you on that one. All right, I'm gonna
on
switch
that
it up
one?
real quick.
Okay.
We're gonna go to foods.
Foods.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Street tacos or a gourmet steak dinner.
With the foodie I'm a foodie at heart.
Yeah.
So, let me think. I'm gonna do some good street tacos. I'm gonna do me some good street tacos.
You got a good taco place here in DFW you like, or?
You know, I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. What about you?
Nah, I'm not a big street taco.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like Fuel City though.
Fuel City is decent, but it kind of Fuel City is decent.
When I get a chance to go down there.
Yeah, when I go down there, we do stop there and get some street tacos and street corn.
I will say, when I was in California though,
okay,
it was different. Them tacos was hitting different.
They was hitting different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
you have to share the place you went.
I will. I don't get paid. I don't remember the spot, but
okay.
I'll let Kev know because it was hitting.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. And we like some good street tacos and we like some steaks. And
So brunch with mimosa or steak with wine?
Oh. You know what? I'm going to do my steak with wine.
Okay. Well, those sound good to me. For sure. Last one. I'll go Italy or Greece?
You know, I'm going to go with Greece.
Greece? Yeah.
It's on my bucket list.
Okay.
So it's definitely Greece.
Okay.
Over Italy. Like, I'll go to Italy, but if you ask me to pick which one today, I'm going to say Greece.
Yeah. Any spot particular, or you just want to go to Greece? Like, you want to go to Athens or?
I want to check out Mykonos. And I want to also check out, it's a list of different islands, different places for sure for me.
Yeah. I got a buddy who's from there, and he's always trying to get me to go up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, we got a place to stay. We got a place to stay anytime you want to come. But, just hadn't took him up on it yet.
You haven't took up on it yet? No. You should just do it. Go.
Yeah,
just do it.
Yeah. It's different, for sure. I'm thinking about it.
Mykonos.
Yeah.
Mykonos is definitely
a spot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since we're talking about spots, let's go ahead and dive into how people could find a spot.
Okay, let's do it.
Natalie Martin _ Realtor, right?
Yes.
So let's dive into what it is that you do exactly.
Okay, I love that, JC. Let's go ahead and dive into it.
Yeah.
So I am a real estate agent here in the DFW area.
Yep.
I service pretty much all of DFW and a little bit outside of DFW too, pretty much of all of Texas. So I'm a realtor for Texas. I've been in the industry for quite some time. Prior to that, I was in a tech recruiting guru. So I was in the tech recruiting world, recruiting all the top software engineers, data scientists, product engineers, machine learning, AI, whoever you can think of. Yeah. I was in that mix. I was helping building out those platforms that a lot of us use today, from Uber Technologies and also with IBM.
Okay.
Transition into real estate. And one reason why I did that is because I want to help people gain the lifestyle of home ownership and also bring generational wealth.
Yeah.
So that's always been my biggest go-to. I understand like wealth management and getting the easiest way to get into generational wealth is through real estate.
100%.
So that's one reason why I got into it. And plus, going through our journey, the home buying process, how we wasn't represented properly, really showed me how that representation is a key.
Yeah.
And when you have someone that you can trust, that also can be by your side and advocate for you, is a big thing. And a lot of times, first-time home buyers and buyers, period, or sellers, period, don't necessarily have that connection. And so that's one reason why I wanted to do it, just because I felt the needed to be there.
Yeah.
And then also what we went through, I didn't want no one else to go through that.
100%. You saw a problem and you knew you could be a solution for that problem.
Right.
So you stepped up to be that solution.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what it's about. Being out there, being able to find a problem and then being able to solve it. Right. So stepping out of the business world, going into entrepreneurial. What's that been like?
I will tell you, it has its ebbs and flows. It has its ups and downs, but it's great. It's challenging. It's also made me realize how I was a little bit spoiled on the corporate side.
Okay.
And also, too, entrepreneurship is not for the weak.
Yeah.
It is definitely a hustle.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to stay motivated. You have to make sure you're disciplined. And you got to keep going. And, you know, on the corporate side, we can slam that laptop on that Friday and be done. We can send out those emails and just check off that list, show up, and we can check out easy.
Yeah.
But when you are in entrepreneur mode, there's no checking out.
No, none.
It's not. And you can relate to that because you in it yourself. So you understand, like, if I don't, your brain don't ever sleep, right? You're constantly thinking about what is sleep?
Yeah.
I know we need it. I try to get my 8 to 10 hours sleep because I need my beauty rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, also know my mind is wondering about what else can I do?
100%.
What else did I forget to do this? Do I need to do that? Or, oh my goodness, let me reach out to this client real quick. Let me send out this email because you want to remain that you are in the best interest of your client when you're in the field of sales and service.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're constantly got to show your value because a lot of times people look at realtors as if their value is not really needed or they feel like they can do the job better. So it's almost like you got to kind of prove it a little bit like, oh, it's not that easy as you think it is, which it's not. So it's not about looking pretty, you know, driving the fanciest cars, going to all these beautiful luxury homes, selling luxury homes. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's not that at all. It's not for the weak.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's definitely not. I mean, there's I know a lot of entrepreneurs who are actually, you know, hung up that entrepreneur hat.
Really?
And stepped back into the corporate world because it was just they felt like it was just too much for them, you know, and I feel like those are the moments where you've got to go even harder.
And you know that temptation is there. It's definitely there. I'm not gonna, you know, lie to you. For my own self, have I thought about dipping and dabbing back into it? Yes, I have. Because I look at it like, okay, when I'm having my you know, the moments where I consider to be like my dry season or I'm not, you know, transaction as many deals as I want and meeting the goals as quickly as I need to, then I look back like, oh, I think I need something more steady. You know what I'm saying? Like, or sometimes I may see a role out there that I'm like, okay, I can do that with my eyes closed. Like, long as it's remote and it's equal to the pay that I was making, let me go ahead and do it. And I can still do my real estate, you know, because I just want to have that steady, constant income. And I can see why people pivot back into it because
that safety net's tough.
That safety net is tough.
Yeah. And
like,
if you don't really truly cut it all the way loose and you keep a strand or two, a piece of that safety net, you can still get tangled up in a little bit.
You sure can.
Yeah.
And the key is, it's funny because God put you in those scenarios just to see. Sometimes they present something to you that is very similar to your past life. And especially when you're in a season where you're struggling with your new life and trying to figure out, hey, is this truly my dream? Is this truly my passion? Should I still go for it? Or should I just go back to something I'm comfortable with?
Yeah.
When you feeling very challenged, overwhelmed, you feel like you just want to just throw in the towel and just like forget it. And I feel like those are our tests to see if we really have the passion.
100%. And a lot of times that's because we're in the world of comparing.
Oh my goodness.
We're seeing how good someone else is doing, and man, I should be doing as good as they, or I could be doing it like them. And we're just in the world. We just live in that where we're in the world of comparison, and that comparison will drive you. You know,
you're not lying.
Yeah.
And guess what? What doesn't make it any better? Social media.
That's what. Yeah. At all.
And you don't fall into that rabbit hole. I try my best not to. Sometimes it's best to just get off of it. But you're right, because the season of comparison is a lot. A lot of times you feel like, okay, they tell you, like your coaches, your mentors, you probably tell you too, like, you know, go look at somebody that's doing 10 times better than you. Go look at them and see what you can do better or take something away from them and try to incorporate that into your business. That is a good that is a good tip.
Yeah.
Great tip.
Definitely watch and see what they're doing. Yeah.
But on the flip side of it, you can't allow yourself to consume and feel like you're not doing enough or you need to be just like them. No, you don't do that. You find little nuggets that you can take away from that
100%.
and try to incorporate that. But sometimes us being human, we tend to fall in that place where we start comparing and wanting what they have and trying to mirror everything that they do, not knowing that, it took them some time to get there. It took them. What we're seeing right now is where they at right now.
You think you should be there tomorrow?
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't know the grit, the grind that they had to go to get there. You don't know the sleepless nights, the homeless nights, the car getting repoed nights. You just see the Lambo nights.
That part.
Yeah.
That part, and that's one thing we have to learn as a group that's in this entrepreneur space too. That yes, we can see all these things, but also too, you gotta understand what's for you is for you. Mm-hmm. That client is for you. Is for you.
Your success stories is yours.
Exactly.
Their success stories is theirs. You can't try to have their success story because it's not yours. It's theirs.
Right.
You got to have your own.
You have to have your own, and understand your time is your time, and be patient with that. So I guess with my own self, I try to listen to that. I try to resonate with that, even though I have those temptations there, where a lot of times I be like, oh, I could definitely easily go back into it. Like, should I go back? I'm like, that paid insurance look really good.
Yeah, that insurance now.
I'll be like, oh, those RSUs looking real good. You know what I mean? So I just really think at the end of the day, a lot of times, that's why I say, like, corporate is definitely coming from that space and getting into entrepreneurship. I realized how sweet I had it.
Oh yeah.
But also too, I don't regret my pivot. I embrace it because now I know that the possibilities is unlimited because it's based off my grind and what I do and how I move forward. Yeah. So that means like my income bracket is unlimited. It doesn't stop from what my salary is or that bonus I get. It can be whatever I want it to be. Yeah. If I wanted it to be zero, it can be zero. If I wanted to be a millionaire, close to a billionaire, I can get there.
Now my raise is actually based off of my performance.
That part.
Yeah, not however you feel. You get a 1% too. No, it's actually based on how I want it to be.
How I want it to be, and I'm the determination. I'm my worth, exactly. Yeah. So that's one reason why I be like, I don't regret it. I don't regret it, but am I lying to you if I say that I have those moments where I kind of like think back and just like, how things will be? I'll be lying to you. You know what I mean? But in this space where I'm at now, I'm just in that mode of like, I got to get it.
Yeah. And how many years now has it been since you've been, or how long has it been since you were left the corporate world?
The corporate world is, surprisingly, it's been not that long. Not that long. Yeah. It's been about 3 years.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Roughly about the same boat for me.
Same boat for you too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 4.
4 for you?
Going on about 4, yeah.
So you definitely know what that, and I feel like that's when we in this moment of.
You're in the shift mode. Yeah. You're in that straddle line, like what you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
How much faith? Are you really believing? Or do you really have faith, or are you just saying you have the faith?
Right. And what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, because you gotta put in the work.
You sure do.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sorry, we got off topic, but we can dive all back into that.
Right?
So
that's okay.
We ain't even going back to the corporate world. We sticking to real estate.
We're not going back.
Yeah. So,
no, we not.
But let's go back real quick.
Okay.
You did just host a webinar.
I did.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about this webinar that you did and what it meant to you.
Okay, it meant a lot. I would say this webinar that I just hosted was tailored to my husband's clientele because he's a sports agent for JCK Sports Group, senior vice president of that. And then with that,
what's his name? Let's give him a shout out. What's his name?
Kevin Martin.
Hey,
that's my boo. Yeah. So with that, we had an exclusive webinar just for their client base and their business partner, their coaches, and other agents that's tied to JCK Sports Group. Because my past deals that I had, a lot of that clientele came from that group of people. So a lot of people wanted to know, like, Kevin, who your wife a realtor? Like, okay, I want to get with her. I want to do this. So I said, instead of just having, all these one-on-one conversations, I said, let me get everybody in a room together. And so me and my lender partner that helped me work on a few deals, her name is Tiffany with Variety Mortgage, Land with Tiff. We went on ahead and we did like a home buyer webinar just for professional athletes and sports professionals in the industry. And then with that, we pretty much broke down the process of how that process looked. We also went ahead and discussed, different ways of investing to real estate as a professional athlete or also as a professional in the industry where you're not the traditional W-2 employee. You just gave them strategies of how they can maximize their money, ways that they can do it, and also how they can build wealth through the process as well. And one of the things we kind of showcased was basically like educating them how the process looked. Also tell them like what type of documentation they need on the lending side and how that process looked for them, just because you may not receive a W-2, you're like a 1099 or you have a contract, but you get a lot of money at once. How can you show that you have enough money to afford a home? So she pretty much broke down that process of how she has different lending practices that she can use to get you into that home. I also walked them through the process of how we can help you buy a home, and also too how we can make it very, very flexible for you regardless of where you are. Like if you are playing basketball international, you can still close on a house without being here. And gotcha. I just kind of gave them scenarios of how I did that with a few clients. Then also too kind of just told them about the process overall, and then we also gave them some great strategies of how they can purchase property without physically being here, and then also use it as an investment. So basically just telling them how different athletes, different clients that we know that's been in the industry, what they have done with some of the money that they have received, where they end up buying like a duplex, living in it, renting it out, the other part of it out, different strategies like that. Also buying property by universities and renting it out to athletes. They're like, if you're an NIL athlete and you're still going to school and you got like, okay, I got this NIL money, what do I do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I invest it without just sitting and blowing it or just putting it in an account, just letting it grow? Like, what else can I do to bring in some type of income? And we kind of showed them how purchasing a home or a fourplex in the university and renting it out to your teammates. And you live in one unit, you're renting it out. Or doing like an Airbnb in a popular destination where when you're away for the season, you're renting that out. And, for people that want to come travel in, and when you come back, you live there. Yeah. So it's just like different ways that we just telling them how you can maximize your money and still be able to have a place to stay when you're away from home, when you come back from playing basketball during your off season. So it was really good. We had a good turnout.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was a great turnout. Awesome. They showed up for me. They had some good questions.
That's good. Well, since you work, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, since you work with athletes, what would you say their biggest challenge or misconception about real estate is?
A lot of them is they don't know that they can do it. They're thinking that they gotta have cash money. They have a lot of money saved up, but they think that it's not enough. So they're not really familiar with the process overall in general. And a lot of them too don't know different ways of how they can maximize that investment. And then no one really have told them how they can do it neither. Like no one is telling them this is what you can do now. It doesn't mean that you gotta wait till you pretty much retired or something happens where you gotta do it. And so a lot of times they're thinking that is kind of hard to do because they're thinking that they gotta be on a W-2. It's like, how do I show my proof of income? Should I just pay it out front in cash? No, you can still get it lent through the bank. Like you still can go get a loan. So it doesn't mean just because you're not on a W-2, you cannot go ask the bank to give you a loan for a mortgage. Yeah. So you can still do that. And you don't need 20%. And so they be thinking they need that 20%. You don't. You don't at all. And there's a lot of incentives still out there for them to be able to sustain, a home, buy a home, purchase real estate without all that. So I would say those are one of the biggest things too.
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. What kind of feedback were you getting from them at all? Like what was anything eye opening? Like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't realize. Besides that part, what kind of feedback were you getting?
So a lot of the feedback was, biggest concern was, what about when I'm away? Who's gonna be in the house? Can I still rent it out? What are some ways that I can do that to where I can make money off of my investment? So me coming up with those, providing them with those scenarios, light bulbs just went off. Like people were just like, oh, okay. This is dope. I want to do that. And then some of them came back and just asked too, like, what about if I want to buy like an apartment? Can I do that? Like, I don't necessarily have to live in. I want to be able to buy an apartment and just rent it out to people. Or they was looking for ways where they can do like low income options too, to help people in an area where, people need a place to stay, but they want to be an investor to be able to buy a certain amount of homes and be able to provide like low income Section 8 type of housing for people. So I got those type of questions coming my way and feedback of how we can do that. Is that an option for them? I was like, it is. We just got to find the area that is allowing that. We can definitely get it done. So
that's cool. Yeah. So with the position that you're in and the role that you're doing and everything like that, how has that like sharpened your perspective on everything?
So with that, it has sharpened my perspective, where it shows me that I need to continue having these conversations. I need to get in these rooms with people and answer a lot of these questions, because there's a lot of people that want to move forward. They just don't know how to do it. And they want to be able to hear the information and be able to make a decision from there. And they want to be able to trust the person behind it. So my goal is to be that person that can provide you the information in a holistic way and very, very personable way, to where after you leave my webinar, you feel like, Natalie is my best interest. Like, Natalie is in my best interest because she took the time out to explain this to me. Now I feel more comfortable. Now I feel like I can go ahead and purchase that home that I've been putting off for X amount of years. And I feel more comfortable now because she provided me with the information to move forward. So that made me understand, like, I got to continue doing this. So I am going to have another webinar. My goal is to have them every month. Yeah. So I'm planning on doing it on Zoom. And my next one is going to be open to everybody. So it's not just going to be for a selected group of people. It's going to be open up to any and everybody that's more than willing to join. Each month is going to be something different. My goal is to kind of like tap on everybody, not just buyers. I want to focus on one on the seller side too. Because what I noticed too, a lot of times people don't know what they need to do to put a house up for sale. A lot of times they don't know what are some things that you can do before you list your home. So, I feel like we need to have a webinar based off that too, just so people can understand this is what you can do to position yourself and set yourself up for success. When it's time to list that home, you're eliminating a lot of those disadvantages or roadblocks that you may come about by listing your home, like getting it sold very quickly, or being the home that sells in that area faster than other homes in this area, and you're the one that's standing out. Like, what can you do to be that top seller in that area? So I know that that's a need that needs to be there, because a lot of times sellers, they don't know. And you get those phone calls. You be like, really? Like, why you take care of this before you list this house? Did your realtor not tell you to do this? Like, what we doing? Like... And you see that all the time. Huh? Like, literally, it's just like, so y'all was just living in this house?
Just don't know. They don't know.
They don't know nothing. Yeah. They just feel like, okay, I can get it professionally clean, do a little minor thing, put some Band-Aid, put a Band-Aid on this issue. It's going to sell. Oh, no. I'm not doing nothing. I just want to sell it as is. You can sell it as is, but you're not going to get the top dollar.
Yeah. You can get that as is money.
And do you want the as is money?
And as is right now.
I don't think we want. We're not in the business for the as is money, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yep. But speaking of the business, the DFW market is booming right now, right?
Yes.
So what are? It's really evolved. What are some trends that you see kind of like tracking right now?
So right now, like the numbers that just came out, like recently for July, is more houses being listed right now. And then buyers does have an advantage, because one thing about that is buyers can take their time and sort through whatever they trying to figure out and find that perfect home for them. And then the sellers is still at a good leverage, because they're still able to get a good offer on a home, either at 99% at their asking or at 100% of the asking. And then also be able to provide some type of incentive to that buyer, to where that buyer may feel comfortable enough to say, you know what, I want to continue moving forward on this home, because it's like everybody's balancing out. It's a balancing out market. I would say the number of days, average days for a home sitting on the market has been like 57.
So right around 2 months.
Right around 2 months. And so that's pretty decent. Then depending on what county you in, like Calhoun County has been like 45 days. So it's kind of moving fast in Calhoun County for sure. But on the average of DFW, it's been 57. And so at the end of the day, it's opportunities out there. More people are willing to put their house up for sale right now than it was last year. And then also, too, you have the smart buyers. So we have buyers out here that's taking their time. They're also figuring out what they really want, and they know they have leverage.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're being more strategic with the process. So what I'm telling sellers is, be patient. If you see your home, just sit in just a little bit. And what people are looking at, they're still looking at, my house should be moving faster than this, because at the end of the day, they're thinking that they have to be able to. They're thinking about COVID. They're comparing themselves to COVID time, because those houses was flying like.
Yeah, it was, man. 25 bids on one house. You better be bidding high.
Listen, before you even the coming to soon.
Man, you better be bidding high.
It was an offer already with the coming to soon. So therefore, it would be a line out the door with people waiting to get into that house. We
was trying to buy during that time.
And you felt that. You felt that. So in some shape or form, people still think that we're still in those times. So they're thinking that these houses should be able to be sold very quickly. But they're not. They're actually balancing out. But what we have to understand is we have to be patient with the buyers that's out there, because they're taking their time, because they know they got leverage. They know that if this house was selling around the corner, it's like 3 or 4 other houses. You know what I mean? And then we got the builders. The builders got some deals. That's where the competition is at. For pre-owned sellers, the competition is the builders. Because they bringing in so much incentive to where you as a buyer, it does not make sense for you not going to get your new build. Because you can get closing costs. They got the buy down interest rates. They got
when you say builders, are you meaning like like the big name builders, or are you talking like even like the small?
All of them.
Okay.
All of them.
So I say that because I feel like also, everything that glitters ain't gold. Right? Just because you're getting all these incentives from this new build, I feel like a lot of times they're going pretty inexpensive on a lot of things. Right. And I say that because based off of the industry I'm in. Right. And I see these new builds, brand new homes, and I'm like, man, why would y'all put this on this new build? Like, it's just funny to me,
It's funny.
But, I get it. There's some good incentives behind, so it's good competition behind it, I'm sure, But.
And that's what the competition is at. Like you said, for you being in the industry, you see how a home is being built. You see certain things that the everyday consumer is not going to realize. And that's why we have to have experts like you on our side, as on the realtor side, to be able to call those things out. And that's why I tell my clients it's important to get the house inspected. I don't care if it's new build or pre-owned. Get that bad boy inspected, because you want to make sure your investment, you're getting the top dollar for your investment.
Yeah, like we tell people, this is probably one of the most expensive investments of your life.
Yes, it is. Or your biggest purchase of your life.
For sure. Yeah.
So you have to be prepared to be able to ask those hard questions, get things done. And then on the flip side of it, sometimes it's best to go with an older home, because as the saying is, this home has good bones.
Yeah, good bones, yeah.
So, you either got to figure out if you're a buyer that's looking for a home with good bones, or you okay with something that's a little new where it may be kind of like some cutting corners may be taking place, but you knowing that you are the only owner going to that house. And if you want those incentives, then you can go that direction. But I'm more about helping my clients figure out what makes sense for them. When you have clients that is torn, you don't know which way to go, the best thing to do is just give them options. Give them a little bit of both worlds and just see what they feel and just tap into that, that mindset and just say like, hey, when you was in this home, how did it make you feel? Did you feel comfortable? Do you want a project? And the crazy thing is, some people come back like, yeah, I want a project. And the other thing, some people come back and say, I do not want a project. I want a turnkey home. It needs to be brand new, everything. I need to feel like it's new. And that's okay. We can definitely get it done. So it's so funny because I had my one client, they purchased a home where I was like, I don't know about this one. I could not say that, I just was smiling, like, oh, this is the one for you. It looks like this is you. The only thing I kept on asking, like, do you want a project? I kept on asking them, like, so, this and this is going on in this house. This inspection report is massive. You do have time to walk away. Like, I was really just I felt like...
You're dropping out of breadcrumbs. You dropping out of
I'm dropping everything for them, and they was just
they ain't picking them up.
They're not picking them up. They were okay with it. Crazy thing is, they send me pictures. Because, I'm always circling back to my clients. Just see how they doing, checking on them, reaching out to them. And I was just like, so how's the house doing? I was like, how's everything going? How's the business flowing? And they was like, it's going good. I was like, can I see some pictures? I said, let me see what you done. They sent me some pictures. The house is night and day. I said, this is not the house I sold you. And it was like, it is, Natalie. It is the house. This is the house. And it's beautiful. You got to come by and walk through it. I said, I am definitely coming by and walk through this home because it was a 1970 home in Louisville. Had gold, everything, had the popcorn ceiling, and the floor. It was just, but it had character though. And she seen the vision. She saw the vision, and she executed that vision. And I was just like, wow. I was like, My other client, he gutted his whole tray that was up here. That house too, night and day. You walk that property, it's not the home that I sold. He did a full remodel of his primary bathroom, updated his kitchen. He did the right things. That home has so much equity in it now. Like, he want to sell it because he touched on the right places. So I told him, I said, if you're doing any updates, I said, focus on your kitchen and your bathroom. And I said, because that's going to give you instant equity, because that's the first thing people are going to look at. And then he listened. And that's exactly what he did. And I was just like, wow, this is nice. It made me feel like his primary bathroom make you feel like you're in a 5-star hotel. I'm like, oh, this is nice. I'm like, okay.
So let me switch gears with you real quick. So you come from a tech background. Mm-hmm. How do you feel or how do you utilize technology in the real estate game?
I use it every day.
Okay.
I am, oh my goodness, a nerd. Like, I got into it before it became popular. Like, when I first, because, me working in the tech industry, we get the first-hand dibs on a lot of this AI stuff. So I already knew about ChatGPT. I already knew about utilizing that and maximizing that to your business and make, your work learn a little bit easier, because I was using it prior to, you understand? So going into my real estate business, I already knew how to do the prompts. I already knew all that little stuff to kind of tweak it, to get the information out there to me. So I was already doing that. So I kind of had a leg up in the game a little bit on that part, because now the whole focus of AI, like all the trainings right now, is about getting agents up to speed on AI, because they just like, it's gonna be rapid. We gotta get it. I kind of like, like, we need to do something else now, though. Some other stuff that we need to be doing. So, because they have virtual staging, I tapped into that piece. Like, I was doing virtual staging on one of my listings, so I kind of just was messing around with that a little bit. I'm like, okay, I need to find some cost-effective ways. And I was looking like, how can I'm all about working smarter, not harder. So if I can automate something, make something to be where I don't have to deal with it, I'm doing it.
Gotcha.
Buy back some time.
Let me ask you from like a consumer, from like a buyer standpoint. Yeah, I'm just asking, like, I don't know. Do you feel like chat maybe has hurt or affected from like the buyer standpoint? Because I could maybe ask chat, hey chat, here's this house. What could I purchase it? What should I purchase it at? That type of stuff. Do you feel like anybody's doing that? Could any listings, could that affect anything like that? I'm not, I'm just asking. I don't know.
It can definitely happen. And, I had a scenario, right? I had a situation where it was a lease client. And what they wanted me to do was find, like, their budget was kind of off. And it wasn't realistic to what the market was saying. And I was telling them, like, okay, you're not going to be able to find something like that in Los Colinas area for $1,800. Not a brand new 2-bedroom condo for rent for $1,800. I said, it's just not. Like, I ran the numbers, I did my part, try to see what's available out there, and then I went into chat and I said, let me type in because he kept on saying, like, well, I just want to rent out a room. And I was just like, you trying to do room and board? Like, that's I'm like, where are you getting this terminology from? Like, the flags was there. Buddy old pal definitely went into chat and asked what was the average rent to ask for Los Colinas area for just a room. And that amount that he gave me for his budget was there.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, oh, okay. I was just like, oh, okay. He tried to see if I could do it. And I just told him, I said, I asked around the office and I said, hey, have you guys ever helped a tenant out for just that, want to just rent out a room? And everybody was like, no.
Nah,
they was like, no. And then when I asked Chad about it, just like, how do you navigate that conversation? Like, what are some things that you can say to kind of like give them some options? They came back and just said, like, they just have to pretty much do it on their own and then go on different websites like Facebook and stuff like that, and ask if someone is renting out a room for that price point and budget. And I kind of gave them those suggestions of how they can do that on their own, but I just have to tell them I won't be able to help them with that. But me just going in there and just trying to figure out, like, where are they getting these numbers from? And they make no sense.
That's bingo.
Bingo. It was definitely that.
Do you ever deal with like leasing, like helping people lease or get into leasing or anything like that?
Yeah, I actually do.
Okay.
I help people with leases. I have quite a handful of lease clients. A lot of them was like relocators that was moving here for work, and so they kind of just want to start off renting first, and then they're looking to buy in the next couple of years with me. So I definitely help people out. I had a few friends that I helped out. Even I did with apartment, being like acting as apartment locator too. So I have done that for a couple of friends that did not want to do renting a home because they were still used to, the apartment living a little bit, and they want something still kind of new and turnkey feel, and still one of the amenities that apartments have. And so we kind of like detoured and went back that direction, and I was just their apartment locator on that. So I definitely work with leases.
Yeah. I mean, speaking
and
of apartments,
these
apartments, boy, they boom, every corner. But I tell you, that's where, like in McKinney, every corner I look at, there's an apartment going up.
My goodness, every corner. I was just like,
everywhere.
So is that many people that's wanting to rent? I guess so. And then the cost of rent is equivalent to the mortgage.
Yeah. But like I said, some people just prefer that option. So are the rent to own options still? Are those still pretty popular, or are they kind of hard to find, or
Some people still do it, but I haven't done a lot of it with it. But I do know I do get questions about it sometimes. But as far as like trying to find those options, it's very slim.
Very slim. I remember back in the day, you used to see them all the time, rent to own options. But I haven't seen one of those in a minute.
And I think if you get something like that, I think that owner is pretty much, representing themselves. Like they're not being represented by anybody. So like a private landlord.
Yeah. Okay.
Might be open to that.
Yeah. So you say you got another seminar.
Yes.
Another seminar coming up, right? When people come to the seminars, do you want them to walk away with like more knowledge, or do you want them to walk away with like just more confident, or you just want to just making sure that everyone just walks away with something, basically?
So my goal is for them to be able to walk away with knowledge. Like they can walk away with something that they did not know, or a question that they had, it was answered by me that day. If they did not ask it directly, or it was just something like, oh, I didn't even know that would have been a question I would have asked somebody. I want to be able to answer those questions.
Gotcha.
So I want them to walk away with some type of knowledge for sure.
So do you see this, like you want this webinar kind of like to turn into like a masterclass?
Yeah, I want it to be that. And I also want it to be something where if it's not live, that they can come back to.
Like
and watch,
an evergreen.
A recording of it, and they can just tap into it whenever they want to, and then pretty much put it on like my YouTube channel. Like if people want to refer back to it, they can. So that's the end goal. Of course, I want to convert some of those people into clients, but the goal is definitely getting the knowledge out there, and so they can be informed.
Yeah, you could definitely do that on social media. Make that be like a subscription based as well.
Okay.
Opportunity for you over there. But I think that would be a smart thing to do.
Okay.
Kind of great. Not only do you have the network and the seminar, but you can also have a masterclass at an added bonus for anybody that wants to be a part of that as well.
Okay.
Tap in and have other leaders and other mentors hop on in that master class.
I like that. I think I'm gonna take that. Thank you.
Oh, we just talking.
Right. Look, you giving me some ideas. I like that.
Yeah, my mind never stops.
Like you said.
Yeah, like it never stops. Do you have an idea of when this next seminar may be?
I'm planning on doing towards the middle of September. I haven't secured the date yet. I'm still trying to work on the logistics of that. So I'm looking at like the middle of September for sure. Cool.
Is there anything else you want to tap into? We're coming up right at about 50 minutes already.
Really?
Yeah, right at about 46. Yeah, it's already.
Okay.
Yeah, anything you want to else you want to discuss real quick that we haven't tapped on it?
I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm just grateful for the opportunity for you to have me here today, and just be able to kind of like share my journey, and also kind of drop on some little gems of what's going on in the real estate business and stuff like that. So I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. That seminar is huge. I think it's really huge because you get with athletes, and like you said, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And until you know, you're just like you're unconfident, you're scared, you're just a lot more onto you that doesn't need to be there.
Yes.
Right.
And then having it come from like an expert in the industry is major, right? Versus
hearsay or talking to somebody.
Right.
100%.
And then you got to understand too that everybody's journey is not your journey, and everybody's home buying process is not going to be yours neither. So what someone may went through may not be what you go through. It's not the same.
Yeah. I had to pay this amount, and then right then, I'm definitely not going to get no house.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, oh no, you telling me I got to do that? I got to do this?
I ain't got that. I can't do that. Yeah, okay.
So it's like now you start hearing all that noise, and it discourages you from moving forward. And not saying that it's not okay to get advice from family, friends, and colleagues, and all that is good, but also too, don't let it consume you.
Yeah.
Don't let it prevent you from moving forward. And that's the key that a lot of times people take in consideration. A lot of times they really read and understand the feedback of their family members and colleagues and stuff. And sometimes it kind of holds them back, unfortunately, because they feel like I'm going to go through the exact same thing that they went through.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good experience. That's not the case.
No, not at all.
If you hire the right realtor, then you'll be good.
And who is that right realtor?
It's me, Natalie Martin.
And one more time, it's on the screen, but tell them again how they can follow you for those that are listening.
Yes, so you can follow me at Natalie Martin _ the realtor _ Did I do it right?
No, Natalie Martin.
Look, I don't even know my hashtag.
Under the _
Oh, I got all that
realtor.
energy.
Yeah. Natalie Martin _ the _ realtor. Pull up that Natalie Martin, the realtor. It's gonna pull up.
Okay. Right. Look, thank you, JC. Wait, y'all laughing at me. Look, I have people in the background laughing, but I'm going to get that together.
It's all right. It's on the screen. You know, it is what it is. But I appreciate you sitting down with us.
Okay.
Hey, make sure if you guys haven't, that you go follow her right now. Make sure that you guys lock in so that you can be a part of that seminar. Okay. Also, if you're looking to buy that house, make sure you tap in with her. Shoot me a DM. I'll make sure you guys connect with Natalie as well.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Hey, make sure you
those referrals for sure.
100%. You know, hey,
and right back at you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I appreciate it. Say, just make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe, and share. Hey, this is Right Now Podcast. I'm JC. KJ, get better, bro.
Yes, please get better. No more accidents.
Stop doing crunches, bro.
Oh my goodness.